Good evening. If not for the heat and humidity, you could have woken up in Darwin this morning and thought you were in London. For several hours we were blanketed in a fog that was so thick you almost needed a carving knife to cut your way through.
The sun rose, but it appeared more like the moon as a thick layer of fog filled the air. On the ground, Darwin looked like a scene from a scary movie. Misty streets, hazy paths and eerie parks. In the city, fancy apartments with their million-dollar views were looking distinctly overvalued. Mitchell Street was more of a blur than it is late on a typical Saturday night, but the airport was worse affected. Their visibility reached a mere 400 metres, though services were not affected. Some roads almost disappeared under the cloud, making the morning commute slower and more treacherous than usual.
When it is foggy and view is restricted, it's important that people keep their headlights on at all times, turn their fog lamps on if their vehicle's fitted with them, keep your speed down and just make sure that you drive at a safe distance.
Fog at the pristine waterfront was blinding as people tried to find their way around. The mall was masked by a grey filter. Even Pass Bailey's lost its sheen. Further afield, the view from East Point showed the dark shadow lurking over Darwin, and at Bagot Road overpass our flag colours turned dull. On the 9 News Skycam, it was a complete whiteout from just after 8 this morning. The entire city enveloped. It took almost 2 hours before the thick blanket cleared as the sun rose and the wind blew the fog away. As to what caused it, the experts blame it on an unusual combination of weather conditions.
With that extra humidity coming across and with clear skies and very light winds overnight, it's helped to develop fog.
While it's a rare event, it's not unknown, and we could see these sorts of conditions a few more times as the humidity builds up.
Maybe one or twice, maybe possibly before the end of the dry season.
A fog event such as this happens only about 4 times a year. Christina Castalis, 9 News.